Our blasts have been reported in Kabul, very close to the Indian embassy, and some agencies also reporting that the serial blasts were followed by gunfire being reported from the center of the city. In fact, the news that we are getting at this point is that a number of explosions were heard, followed by heavy gunfire. The blast was near the hospital of Afghanistan's National Directorate of Security Intelligence Agency. This is what the BBC is saying. Reports also say that smoke was seen over the center of the city and the blast was felt several kilometers away. The number of casualties, though, is not yet known, but what is the biggest fear of Indian agencies at this point is that at least one of the blasts was reported very, very close to the Indian embassy in Kabul, which, remember, has been the target of a terror attack, a massive terror attack in the past as well, which also led to the death of several Indian personnel, and that happened just a few years ago. And now a repeat attack is being feared, where a blast has been reported very close to the Indian embassy. In fact, let's just explain the layout of the place to you and the point from where the blasts have been reported. Here you can see the city of Kabul, and right at the center of the city is the Indian embassy where the blasts have been reported. What the reports are saying at this point is that there were serial blasts which were followed by heavy gunfire. The number of casualties still not quite clear, but was it the embassy of India that was the target? It has been on the radar of terrorists in the past as well. There was an attack on the Indian embassy in the past as well, which had led to heavy casualties, but this time the blast again taking place very, very close to the embassy, and after the blast took place, gunfire also erupted and a huge cloud of smoke was reported to be billowing out from the center of Kabul. Only initial reports coming in at this point. This is what we have learned. Headlines today's Strategic Affairs editor Gaurav Sawant with us on the phone line. Gaurav, first of all, can you give us any more details that you are getting about the nature of this attack?
This does appear to be a suicide attack, but very, very sketchy details just as yet that we are getting of a blast that has taken place. But what sources are telling us is that there were some kind of intelligence reports that spoke of increased terror activity in the days and weeks as the US forces get set to draw down. The focus of the terrorist elements is to increase their activity, especially in and around the green zone in Kabul. And this...
All right, we've lost the line with Gaurav Sawant, but a very important point that has been made by Gaurav: the terrorist activities are being stepped up very quickly by just before the US troops pull out. Remember, the pullout is going to start in 2014. Next year is when the US troops pullout starts, and before that, the terrorists are increasing their activity in Afghanistan. India has been on their radar for very long, and there were some intelligence inputs that the Indian embassy could be threatened. It could be one of the targets.